Bro, for as long as I can remember, I've always been terrible, just terrible at things when I first start them. I mean, when I was little, it was sports, it was mental health, physical health. I just, oh my goodness. I remember when I'd be playing dodgeball, I somehow I'd see the dudes. What the hell? Bro, they throw the ball. I swear they throw it that way. It would curve in midair, and then it hits you in the face. You know, you'd always throw the ball and you think, oh, I finally got someone. Then they'd catch it. And when you try to catch it, always bounced out of your hand just for no reason. Just somehow you weren't able to catch it. It just wasn't able to be done. Every time I've tried something, I've always felt like, always not even felt like, just been worse than other people when they first started. And I thought, wow, I thought for a long time, wow, this sucks. I'm just like this and there's nothing I can do about it. Little did I know for the longest time that I was just totally wrong. Totally wrong. Even with things that I didn't think were actually possible to level up in, like mental health, I just thought that, hey, if you're happy, you're happy. If you're sad, you're sad. Nah, that's not how it works. You can level up in all these things. And even if you're bad at them in the beginning, you can get so much better with them. Now, these things take time. So when I first played video games, for some reason, things used to come naturally when I was younger, but then as I grew older, things just weren't as easy when I first started them. Yes, I could have fun, I have fun, but let's say video games. When I was just a little younger, I used to play this game called Fortnite. yeah, I was that Fortnite little kid, yeah, whatever. More of a Minecraft one in particular. But in this example, when I first started playing Fortnite on my little controller, I sucked. I was terrible. And it took months of just playing to just get better at it. Months. And then just randomly, just one day, it just clicked. And this one day was when the pandemic started. I woke up, I would be thinking about Fortnite, and I would hop on my computer, oh my goodness, this game was my life. It's so weird to just bring it up and think about it like this, just because, oh shoot, low power, just because it's not even real. But let me continue. I was devoted to it. My heart was in it. I would wake up in the morning, first thought, game. I'd go to bed thinking, okay, tomorrow I'm going to level up like this. I'm going to complete this quest. I'm going to get this many levels. And I would do it the next day. And then the cycle just repeated itself, continued. And eventually I realized after many, many months of playing video games, oh, maybe I can do this in real life. And then video games, they just felt fake, right? They wasn't the real thing anymore. So I started exercising. And like I said, this was the kind of thing I was always a little worse at. I always looked around and I always wondered, yo, how does that person get full after one sandwich that's this big with the crust cut off? Because, you know, I was younger. I was just a little chubby kid. Because for as long as I can remember, I've always had like 2-3 servings of everything. And I was just chubbier and I wasn't very fit. I was always the kid in gym class that you'd be running laps around and he'd just kind of stop. He'd just start walking and not even really try. It was this years of continuous, oh man, I don't really feel good about myself. I'll just work on this. It was years of figuring out that you can just work on something. Yeah, you'll work on it. Yeah, maybe you'll get better at it. But if you work on it, you dedicate yourself to it. And I mean, dedicate yourself in a way that it's like your heart is in it. You wake up, you think about it. You go to bed thinking about it. You accomplish what you'd usually do in months in a week. And you know what? This happened to me even with YouTube. YouTube, oh my goodness, when I started 8 months ago, I was terrible at it. Horrible. And now, if you've been watching me for a bit, I've spoken about this story many times, and you've probably been in the story. Basically, YouTube, 8 months, got to 121 subscribers, and then in 8 days, well, I guess 7, I checked on the 8th day, but then in 8 days, I've been to 1,200. 1,000. That's wonderful. But the thing was, the big difference, one of the reasons why it took 8 months to get there is because I started my YouTube channel when I was in October, when I was in school in October. And my friend, school is not my place. I do not feel comfortable there in the way that, like, you know, you can always tell just by looking at someone, speaking to someone, that they have a face. They're not really showing their true selves. Everyone's either putting on a super big personality, or if they are being themselves, they're kind of like, if you're more quiet, then they kind of just forget about you. Like, you're kind of never seen. And if you're really loud, then you're seen. So you see this big contrast. So it's kind of draining. Months and months and months. No progress on YouTube. From 0 views, maybe a couple views now and then. Maybe what I got to was maybe 20 views every video for months. But I had a vision. My heart, I still felt that it was in it. I still felt like I have this vision. I know who I'm speaking to. I know there's light at the end of the tunnel, and I want other people to see that. But I was still doing school. I was still exercising. I was still trying to take care of my mental health, doing all these things. So YouTube wasn't really progressing. And I started to feel a little bit bad about myself because I wasn't really progressing in the other things except for school. The thing is that your attention, where you put your heart into, it is one of the most important things that you need to take care of, that you need to be mindful of. Because, look, if you're working on 10 different things, yeah, that sounds great, that sounds impressive, but if you're working on 10 different things, only 10% of your devotion is going to each of those things. So you're only going to get 10% results than you rather would have. I've learned this the hard way through many, many things in my life. And when it comes to just YouTube in general, I noticed that once I've gotten to summer, things picked up. No longer did I have to worry about school. A big thing. I mean, think plus commute, about 8 hours in your day. Maybe 8 hours and a half. 9 hours maybe if you're doing like a bunch of homework. Dude, that takes out so much of you. That's not just one thing. There's like multiple subjects. Think each subject is one of the things that your attention has to go to. So if you have even just, let's say, 5 subjects, and then you exercise, you take care of your mental health, you have like, and more things probably, that's again 10% of each of your mind, your power, your potential. When you can narrow down and focus on each of these things, just focus on 2 things, 50-50, your heart can be in it. And you'll get so much more, just so much more, because you'll be able to put in more. If you have just even one thing you're focusing on, you get 100% of the results you wanted. 100%. Your heart needs to be in it. Now, when I say this, I'm bringing this up because when I start like online school, see my computer there, you'll see that from July 4th, or that's when I started my online school. If you go back in my other videos, you'll see my books, even just something like that, my books that you've probably not really taken much account into. They've moved less and less as I've been getting more into online school. Because right now, I mean, I'm going into grade 11, but I'm taking a grade 12 course because I do not like social studies, bro. I'm just trying to get that out of the way. I do not like those written responses. I do not like any of that. So I'm just trying to get out of the way, and I did not expect myself to grow this YouTube channel so quickly. But the thing is that this online school that is stressful, and that is like let's say 5 hours of my day plus, studying and stuff like that. That 4 hours of a guy just reading off a slide, you trying to interpret it. You have 4 hours of him reading from the slide, and then you have to also interpret it after because it's just so boring. That uses so much of your heart. That uses so much of what you need to put into. And I don't mean this to say, oh, boo-hoo, oh, so unlucky me, oh no, I'm struggling. No. What I mean is that for the things you really care about, for the things, like, for me, what I really care about is this YouTube channel. I really care about helping the guy who struggled just like me, showing him the light at the end of the tunnel, helping him become the father that he needed when he needed him most, because he wasn't there. That is severely special to me. However, I see myself putting more and more work for this. When I'm in my classes, I'm thinking about YouTube, and then I realize, oh no, I'm doing worse than I usually would have because my heart's not in the class. And then when I'm recording videos like these, I'm thinking, oh no, I'm gonna do bad on my final tomorrow. I'm gonna do bad on my written response tomorrow because I'm not studying for this. Your heart needs to be in it. Your heart needs to be devoted to the things that you're trying to get done. See, you can see this quick success in all the things that you're trying to accomplish once you get just devotion to it. And it sucks. It really does. It's kind of painful, but you need to make priorities. You need to let go of many of the things that are burdening you. This could be just like watching TV. This could be just anything that you put your attention towards. Anything. And you need to know what's the best for your mental health, what's the best for the things that you're trying to accomplish, and you need to take a step back. Not necessarily forever, but you need to take a step back. So in this case, to excel in my course until the end of the month or a little bit after, because I'm going to have to do, the stuff for the course. I'm going to have to do my diploma and stuff like that. Stressful. But to do good, I know that I have to devote myself to it. So while it hurts, I need to take a step back from this thing I care about so much. YouTube. Speaking to the guy like me. Because, look, if my heart's not completely in it, if I'm absent-minded while I'm speaking to you in this life, really, I'm not really living, because if your heart's not in it, it is empty. Anything you do, if you're conscious, loving, your devotion, if it's not in it, it's empty. Completely. So, I'm telling you, you need to take a step back for the things that either that you need to spend more time on, and then like push those away, so then you can focus on the other things. So then when you come back, you can focus on those things even more. You need to set priorities, and you need to know what you need to work on now. And it will be painful. It will be, because you will have to let go of the things that you really do care about, that you really, really care about. But it's necessary. For other people around you, and for yourself, and for your well-being. So, with that, I guess I'll see you in a couple weeks. Or maybe I'll post every now and then when I feel like my heart is in it and there's not much stuff that I need to focus on. Because it's not only this, it's other stuff too. Good luck, bro. And remember, that thing that you really, really want to get to, that vision you see just in the back of your head, you will get there once your heart is in it. I guess I'll see you later, man.